Today is September 14th, 2018, and it's a bad day for Errol Spence. It's a bad day for Errol Spence. It is a bad day for Spencer characters. You know, I've already exposed how Errol Spence contradicted himself with the Canelo Crawford situation. You know, Mr. Unification, I want all the belts, I want the top 5, but makes excuses for fighting Terence Crawford because he's on ESPN, promoted by Bob Arum, when he would fight an HBO fighter in Canelo, 2 weight divisions higher than the weight class he's in currently. Now what has happened? T Street Controversy puts out a video talking about the Alvarez Kovalev rematch, and he reveals that the fight is going to be broadcasted on ESPN. Now, what does that have to do with Errol Spence? It is less than a week before Errol Spence went before the world talking about how him and Terence Crawford on different sides of the streets, different sides of the street, politics. You know, I fight on Showtime, Fox. He fights on ESPN. Al Heyman, Bob Arum. You know, all these excuses, right, to not make the fight. Errol Spence used Al Heyman and networks as an excuse when newly crowned WBO light heavyweight champion Eleider Alvarez, an Al Heyman advised fighter, is about to fight on the very same network that Terence Crawford does, ESPN. Errol Spence, it is less than a week when you went on the record in front of the world saying all that shit you said. Less than a week, it has been announced that an Al Heyman fighter is fighting on ESPN. So Errol Spence, Spencer characters, what's the excuse now? What's the excuse now for fighting Terence Crawford? Terence Crawford, who has a belt. Terence Crawford, who fights on a network that an Al Heyman champion is about to fight on. What's the excuse now? Al Heyman clearly does not have a problem sending his fighters to other networks. HBO, ESPN, you know, DAZN. He has no problem sending his fighters to other networks. None at all. You know, Al Heyman likes money, like I do. I can understand and I commend him for not having his fighters under these network contracts where they cannot be maneuvered around. You know, I don't like fighters being tied down to networks preventing big fights. You know, I like the flexibility. So I can commend Al Heyman on not having fighters tied down to networks, being able to send guys different places, being able to take the best deals, the best monetary deals. So again, Errol Spence, what's the excuse now? There is no excuse. There has been no excuse. You know, if Al Heyman can do business with Bob Arum, if Showtime can make fights with HBO, If Al Haymon can send fighters to HBO, if Al Haymon can send fighters to ESPN, you know, hell, he sent you to Sheffield to fight Kell Brook in a fight that was promoted by Eddie Hearn in the UK. You know, and you are supposed to be your own promoter. You know, not tied down to a promoter, not tied down to a network. So what's the excuse, man? Your excuse has been destroyed less than a week before you made it in front of the world. You know, the boogeyman. The boogeyman that everybody's supposed to be afraid of is clearly afraid of Terence Crawford. A Terence Crawford who he disrespected, talking about smoke and mirrors, as he said. Smoke and mirrors. You know, I'm a way better fighter than Terence Crawford. Well, if you're so better, why are you not eagerly making that fight? When Jeff Horn and Manny Pacquiao were fighting, you were on social media. Anybody can pull up the video, Fight Hype, put it out. Just type in Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn, Fight Hype. Type it in. It should pop up. When that fight was going on, Errol Spence was on social media talking about he was looking at food, like he wanted the winner. You know, after the fight, you know, he wanted to fight Jeff Horn in unification. Facts. You know, there was no excuse about ESPN, no excuse about Top Rank. That he wanted to fight Jeff Horn in what he thought would be an easy, winnable fight. A fight that he would have been a heavy favorite in. But he's not so eager to fight Terence Crawford, is he? No, he's not. Making excuses. Never had excuses before, but now that Terence Crawford's in the division and got a belt, all of a sudden, Al Haymon's an excuse. Bob Arum's an excuse. You know, the side of the street I'm on is an excuse. Networks are an excuse. Man, you've been exposed and destroyed in one day. It's a terrible day for Errol Spence. Spencer characters, defend this shit. Eleider Alvarez, Al Haymon, PBC Fighter / champion, is going to have his first title defense on ESPN. Defend it. What's the excuse now for not making a Terence Crawford fight? Thanks for watching.